Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Perfect.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
The penultimate round in Senol NPL Victoria continues on this Saturday evening. It's a 5:15 kickoff for Dandenong Thunder and the Oakleigh Cannons. My name's Adam Sarikoglu. Pleased to be joining you on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. Somewhat of a super Saturday today in Victoria's top flight. And for Dandenong Thunder, well, we know that they have officially been relegated. This is their final home game in the top flight for the time being. But for Oakleigh, if they at least get a draw this evening, they will officially be premiers for the first time since 2021. And Chris Taylor has brought a pretty solid lineup to George Andrews Reserve JVS Stadium here on this Saturday evening. Just the one change from the side that took down Green Gully 4-1 last week. Brandon Giaccarini is in the 11. Labib is on the bench this evening. All of the remaining starting 11 from last week, including Joe Knowles, who is in for his second start of the season, is going to be starting here tonight. But a lot of new names and a lot of youth in Elia Kanu's squad for Dandenong Thunder. It is officially three changes from the side that went down 3-0 to Preston, with Noah Alessi, Mohammed Al Amari in the starting 11. Filippo Joffrey is in the 11 as well. Not in the squad tonight, and making way out of the 11, Ali Suleimani, George Janakirios, and Sonny ZJ. Mohammed Al Amari is one to watch. He's in the number 9 shirt, has scored a total of 42 goals for Dandenong Thunder out of the under-18s program. And he's up front getting a look at the top flight. So an exciting talent for the Dandenong Thunder fans to get a look at here tonight. We are underway. Final home game in Senol NPL Victoria in this current stint in the top flight for Dandenong Thunder. In their normal red and black, all white for Oakleigh, as the Cannons search for at least a draw to officially be crowned premiers. Low ball coming in from Joe Ford. Guest will take a shot from fair range. It's Luis Alvarez in goal for Dandenong Thunder tonight. So the Thunder get a good look at some of the youth coming through. There's a VPL 1 campaign coming up for them next year, as they will look to bounce right back up into Senol NPL Victoria. Such a famous brand in Victorian football. And we've seen so many big name clubs be relegated out of the top flight in recent years. Most recently, of course, Melbourne Knights, who are officially going to be back up. And there will be top flight football at Summer Street again next year. Dandenong Thunder will be hoping that it is a short stint in the second tier. As Lart Munyek went flying, took some heavy contact. He's battled it out all year, Lart Munyek. 6 goals this season. Only one appearance where he did not start for Dandenong Thunder. He's one that has stuck it out in this ultra-settled, ultra-disciplined Oakleigh Cannons lineup. Pretty much at full strength as they chase the Premier's plate here this evening. Would be their second in the NPL era. Giaccarini is taking this ball down the left side. The one inclusion into the lineup. It will be a corner. Ahmed Almi happy to see that out. Great to see Joe Knowles back starting now for Oakleigh. It's his second start here tonight. Scored very, very early last week against Green Gully. 2 goals to his name since returning to the fold. Joe Knowles with the opening corner of the night. Low ball to the near post. The ball comes right back to him and will go again. So earlier than normal kickoff as well. Normally a 7 p.m. kickoff team, Dandenong Thunder. And what is their final home game? In the top flight, the header just plain missed by Connor Hampson. Oakleigh are good from the dead ball. One of the best in the league at scoring from corner kicks. But no dice for Connor Hampson. The chase for the Premier's plate. There is one game to keep an eye on. That is live as we speak. Hume City at the hour mark with a 2-1 lead over George Cross. Noah Alessi. It's his second senior start here tonight. Started in round 19 against South Melbourne. Working up the pitch, doing the defensive work, and then advanced it forward as well. Will take the throw. Three consecutive games without a goal now for Dandenong Thunder. They officially went down after going down in a derby against Dandenong City a few weeks ago here at JVS Stadium. And that was the result that officially not only put them, but Green Gully down and officially relegated. Giorgio had the ball kicked straight into him. They're just choking up Oakleigh at the top of their box here, Dandenong Thunder. Here's Knowles. Too heavy a ball on the diagonal. Matt Miller was at the other end, but was never going to be able to make an impact with it. Oakleigh bouncing back after the scoreless draw against Bentley a few weeks ago with an impressive 4-1 win against the relegated Gully. The left foot shot is going to be taken by Juratovic. Finally back on the score sheet as part of that 4-1 win last week. And Juratovic, who had such a hot start to the season. Did a small scoring drought for himself against Gully. 16th start of the season for Adam Juratovic. Some mixed form for Oakleigh. Their first loss since round 5 came at the hands of South Melbourne a month or so ago. So Oakleigh on the back foot here. Joffrey can't thread the ball through out wide for Adrovsky. Here's Joe Guest with the Captain's armband. It's Miller who's chasing it down. Right into the centre of the box. Knowles blazing away a little too nonchalantly. Into the car park it goes. Dandenong Thunder, a finalist last year, obviously a big drop this year. Season that started under Adam Pittick. Mass exodus of players in the middle of the season. They've been unable to retain their top flight status. Got knocked out in the finals last year by their crosstown rival Dandenong City. Before Heidelberg did go on to face off against Heidelberg in the grand final. There might be a chance here for Giorgio if he can just find the space. He got flushed out wide in the ends. This is Ford. Some kick to kick with Giorgio. Brody Boyce. Knowles. Ford. All the Joes out here tonight. Ford, Knowles and Guest. Muniek. Dispossessed by Brody Boyce. Oakleigh champions in 2022, 2024, every second year. They'll be hoping to complete the double this year. First, they've got to take care of the Premier's Plate here tonight. They're going to end the regular season on Saturday at home against Dandenong City. Ball spun back toward Joe Knowles. Played on quickly by Miller. Guest. There's a runner out wide. Giacorini makes his dash. Juratovic at the other end, but Messi Mehmedi close in behind. And Alvarez will release the ball out to Pasasa. Joe Knowles right in his face. Pasasa. Joffrey. Knowles for Guest. No one making the run on the left side, so he kept it in the corridor. Strong taken down after releasing the ball. An early free kick in a dangerous spot here for the Cannets. There has been an equaliser at Nasiol Stadium, 2-2 between Hume City and Caroline Springs George Cross. Hume would have to win that game to keep the Premier's Plate race alive, but that would also require an Oakleigh loss here tonight, as the lights have just gone out here at JVS Stadium. We've still got enough natural light to continue, though. Hopefully that gets fixed sooner or later. Into the wall goes Hampson. Basasa will take the throw. I hope we've got enough daylight. I'm sure the lights will be coming on shortly. As I said, normally at 7 p.m. Saturday kickoff for Dandenong Thunder. There was talk they were going to bring forward the Dandenong Derby a few hours as well. It ended up staying in the normal time slot. This one has officially been brought forward a couple of hours. Ford. Some of the Dandenong Thunder players thinking that the ball had not been kept in play. Guest. A little shove from Ismaili. Juratovic. Oakleigh keen to just blaze away tonight. There's nothing to really play for from a goal difference point of view. Getting primed and ready for the finals campaign. There's the name of the game right now for Chris Taylor. And I'd rather go into the final rounds without needing to still have the Premier's Plate up for grabs for Hume City below them. Hume are deadlocked at 2-2 with Caroline Springs George Cross, with 20 minutes left to play there. Ball's gone through all the way to Guest. Desperate stuff from Basasa. Ball's up in the air. They've not cleared the line just yet. Have Dandenong Thunder. Knowles tried to play it back to Giorgio. They will attack once more. The flag is up with Guest and Juratovic on that last line for Oakleigh. Final day of the regular season. All simultaneous kickoffs, 3 p.m. next Saturday. All 7 games. Still plenty to play out with the final makeup of the top 6. Things pretty much settled at the bottom of the table. Alvarez a long way out of the area. Djuranovic is going to get past him and score the easiest of goals. Luis Alvarez is down and hurt. It is 1-0. Goals in back-to-back games for Adam Djuranovic. Luis Alvarez caught a long, long way from home. It's the easiest goal you'll ever see. 1-0 Oakleigh. And still being attended to right now is Luis Alvarez. Brandon Salevsky is the backup keeper for Dandenong Thunder, should he be called upon. 7th start here tonight for Alvarez, moved over from Avondale at the end of June. And he is looking a little worse for wear. We might see a forced goalkeeping change for Dandenong Thunder. Wonder if there was actually a fairly solid collision between Adam Djuranovic and Luis Alvarez. He was a long way out of his box. There was no collision at all. He just had the ball bounce away from him a little bit. Alvarez just outstressed to try to stop Djuranovic whichever way he could. We are going to see a goalkeeping change. Luis Alvarez is out of the game early. Brandon Salevsky comes in. Adam Djuranovic now with 12 goals to his name. Scores in back-to-back fixtures for Oakleigh, finding form at the right time of year. Albeit a far from conventional goal for Adam Djuranovic. Brandon Salievsky now in goal. Hart Maniek for Frank Busasa. Mohamed Alamari, the youngster up front, gets fouled. 42 goals. The youngster out of the under-18s here at Dandenong Thunder. Wins the foul here as they search for an equaliser. The lights have still not come back on here at George Andrews Reserve. We did start with them on. I'm relatively confident we'll get through the first half without needing them. Messi Mehmeti takes the free kick for Dandenong Thunder. Guest tries to outrun Tayiri. Busasa. Mehmeti. Searching ball out wide's a good one. And quickly played in just over the head of Alamari. Cross came in from Sevdim Ismaili. No real concerns for Tom Manos in goal tonight for the Cannons. Starts number 25 of 25 league fixtures for Tom Manos in season 2026. Oakleigh on average conceding less than a goal a game, 21 goals conceded for the season. was a 2-0 win against Dandenong Thunder back in early May, but it took a while to get those goals out, both in stoppage time. In the second half, Miller will go along the grounds, and Salievski, the new man in goal for Dandenong Thunder, had it covered. Chance here for the Cannons again. It's at the feet of Joe Guest. Took on Salievski. Booted it straight into him. There was a 5-point gap for Oakleigh ahead of Hume City coming into this fixture. And so it's almost unassailable from here. But Hume are currently deadlocked at 2-2 against the Georgies. A draw will not be enough for Hume City to stay in the race for the Premier's Plate. So Oakleigh may well be crowned Premiers before we reach half-time here tonight. Knowles just got past Giorgio. Thierry. And Almi. Salievski booting it away. Here's Joe Knowles. Back starting once again. Juranovic didn't make the run forward for him. Adam Juranovic had 10 goals to his name for a long time. Now he's got 12. Scoring in consecutive fixtures here late in the season. Still unclear exactly how Luis Alvarez got himself injured. It was a bizarre goal to concede. In some ways, probably sums up Dandenong Thunder's season. Ishmaeli down the line. Alamari, really, really difficult task to keep it under control. Ford's searching ball for Juranovic. Had Mehmeti all over him. Basasa in for support. Almi, Joe Guest was closing in quickly. Long releasing ball out wide for Zhrozgi. Fell back to Miller, though, out wide for Guest. Guest does take the shot. Juranovic put a boot in, and then the flag went up on Oakleigh for the second time tonight. We believe we are coming through loud and clear on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel, but I do wonder if there is some sort of power outage at the facility. No scoreboard operating here at George Andrews Reserve at the moment. The lights did go out about 10 minutes ago. Hopefully everything's okay on that front. Oakleigh with a 1-0 lead. Adam Juranovic with the goal. And here is Juranovic again, turning inside, going back outside, working on Almi. Guest made the late run, and the ball was just beyond his reach. Just has that feeling that Oakleigh might be scoring for fun here tonight. A very, very young lineup. Earlier, Kenyu has brought here to George Andrews Reserve this evening. Mohamed Alamari is one out up front. Has been prolific in the under-18s this year. getting a look at senior action tonight. Thunder's season will officially end next week away to Dynamo. Last home game for them here at JVS Stadium. Boyce going all the way back to Manos. Oakleigh only just getting warmed up with the finals campaign coming up. And we'll go in. There's a fair old favourite, you would think. Couple of small blips on the radar. Such a long, undefeated streak coming to an end against Hellas a few weeks ago. They may not actually have to do anything here tonight to earn the Premier's plate. Hume City have to win their game. And as it stands, it's still 2-2 at Nasiol Stadium. Maniac presenting up. Boots it up into the air by Ismaili. Ford and Busasa. Ford did well. Quickly releasing out to Knowles. Heavy tackle coming in from Filippo Joffrey. Multiple gold medal winners in this lineup, including 2 off the Joes for Oakleigh. And the third one comes in to combine with Joe Guest. Here's Joe Ford. Tahiri kills off the attack. Ball's in the air. Boyce against Lark Maniac. Maniac will take the throw or allow Busasa to take it instead. Busasa takes the throw from just forward of the halfway line. The header from Guest seems to have been intended for Yanni Zizas, our referee here tonight. Giacorini keeps this run going, keeps it on the ground. Only as far as Almi. Ismaili. And then Maniac gets himself tangled up. It was Connor Hampson doing the dirty work. It will be a free kick for Oakleigh. Nora Alessi applying the pressure. Flag has gone up again on the table leaders. Still don't have the lights back on here at JVS Stadium. A couple of lights on in the outer side grandstand. It's the only sign that I can see to actually have any power at the venue right now. Certainly the scoreboard not operating. You can see it on your screens on the Senol NPL Victoria YouTube channel. 1-0 Oakleigh. Adam Dradovic, the scorer. An early goalkeeping change forced for Dandenong Thunder. The innocuous sort of injury that accompanied the goal for Luis Alvarez. Now we've got Brandon Salievsky in goal. Another free kick here for Oakleigh. I think we just had to confirm there actually is a power outage here at JVS Stadium at the moment. Which will become an issue sooner or later if it's not resolved. Sasa with the header. Alvarez will go with the quick release ball out wide. Androvsky. Ismaili. Mehmeti. This game is ground to a halt. Just a whole lot of nothing with that possession for the Dandenong Thunder. Just booted away by Septim Ismaili in the end. Joe Ford will take it back for Oakleigh. Miller outnumbered here and emerges victorious against both Ismaili and Geoffrey. Extra numbers after that initial win, though, to see it back in Dandenong Thunder hands. Thierry with Joe Guest making life hard for him, does get the foul call. It is going to get dark quickly if we don't get this power issue resolved. No power in the venue right now. George Andrews reserve. As far as the Premier's Plate is concerned, that might not matter. If the draw in a level ball game holds up, and that does result in a draw between Hume City and George Cross, that will be enough to crown Oakleigh Premiers. For the first time in 5 years, it'll be their second Premier's Plate in the NPL era. Played forward by Thierry. Lamari, again, unable to really make an impact. Ford for Knowles. Busasa puts some body on Joe Knowles. Ismaili will claim it back. Gets it from Mehmeti and gives it back to Mehmeti. Mehmeti. Awkward bounce for Boyce. Alamari. Back into the middle of the pitch. Thierry and Almi. Might have to go back to Salievsky, the backup keeper. Forced to come into the game really early tonight for the injured Luis Alvarez. Can the Thunder take advantage of some space here? Maniac going out wide for Basasa. Can he fire a decent cross in? It will stay along the ground. Easy pickings for Brody Boyce. So Ismaili gets fouled and just got hurt slightly in the process. We are playing this fixture in the midst of a power outage at the moment. Okay, we did have an earlier kickoff. Messi Mehmeti with the cross in. It wasn't a bad one. Juranovic coming up to help out defensively. Now into stoppage time at Nasiol Stadium, Hume City. Level with George Cross at 2-2. If that is the final result at the Valley Park, Oakleigh cannot be topped in Senol NPL Victoria. with a game and a half still to play for them. The gap was 5 points. Coming into round 25. Joe Guest playing it forward. And it's booted away. We have got some late drama at Nassau Stadium. Hume City are lining up for a penalty. Hume have taken a late lead at Nassau Stadium, 3-2. They have scored from the spot. And so Oakleigh, if that result is going to be a Hume City win, Oakleigh need a point to make it official here tonight. They are leading 1-0 right now. As you would expect against a really, really young Dandenong Thunder side. And Oakleigh pretty much at full strength. It's more than likely that they will be able to get the job done here tonight. The only little curveball, the fact that we've got no power in the venue right now and we are going to need artificial light to get through the 90 here. Got just enough natural light to get by for the time being. Adam Djuranovic, the scorer. Fairly early in the piece here. Caught Luis Alvarez a long way out of his box. And Alvarez injured himself. It was not a collision injury. He was outstretched trying to prevent Adam Djuranovic from getting past him with the ball. Went down in a heap and came out of the game after the goal went in. Dandenong Thunder here searching for an equaliser. In a scoring drought at the moment, Dandenong. Haven't scored since the 3-1 loss to Green Gully. Lat Maniak scored in the 53rd minute against Gully in that one. The match commissioner is talking with officials at ground level at the moment. If any update, an official update comes from the FE officials here, we'll try to bring that to you. We've been without power for the majority of this game now. Hume City holding on to their 3-2 lead. That result's not official yet. Nassau Stadium. If the Georgies can get a late one and make that a draw, then Oakleigh are premiers, regardless of what happens here tonight. And with this power outage situation, that could include the fixture not being completed. Guest going down the line. Giacarini was fouled. They want to go quickly here, Oakleigh. Yanni Zizis allowed it, bounced away from Joe Knowles. Hume City have won 3-2 against the Georgies. The fight for the Premier's plate goes a little longer. Late penalty, which I think was scored by Chris Engelhart. means that Oakleigh have to get at least a point here tonight. And they'll get a free kick. This pitch is causing some issues. A bit of feedback between the two technical areas. Where can you suggesting that he slipped over in the mud, which is not something you hear too often in Senol NPL Victoria, with more often than not the quality of pitch. Unfortunately, this pitch has seen better days. Oakleigh searching for a second goal. Joe Guest will take the free kick. It is slowly getting darker here at JVS Stadium. Still got the best part of 5 minutes, 6 minutes maybe to play in the first half here. Crossbar will be forced in eventually. It's going to be a goal for Brodie Boyce, 2-0 Oakleigh. Tipped down from the crossbar, and Boyce was there to finish it for his third goal of the season. 2-0 to the Cannons. Thunder believe the offside flag should have gone up. It's gone up on Oakleigh a few times in this first half, but not that time. And it's a comfortable lead for Oakleigh. It's getting very dark very quickly here at George Andrews Reserve. We are without power. And to be perfectly honest, unclear if we're going to be able to get the second half going. I think we'll get to the halftime whistle well easily enough. But it has just dipped the daylight here in the last few minutes. It is an overcast day here in the southeast. A rare foray into the attacking third here for Dandenong Thunder. Haven't really fired a shot of any note toward Tom Manos just yet. As it stands, they will be crowned premiers. If it wasn't for a late Hume City penalty, they would already be premiers by now. It was 2-2 late in that game in stoppage time against the Georgies, which would have been enough for Oakleigh to get the premiers plate. If we can get through this game tonight, you would think they'll have that job done anyway as they chase their third championship in 5 seasons. Play down the line for Strong. Busasa takes some body against Campbell Strong, who stays with Frank Busasa. Foul back out to Joe Knowles. Boyce. Knowles back for forward. Just went the direct route in the general direction of Adam Ziradovic. It's going to fall all the way back to Tom Manos. Knowles plays in. Juratovic does get boot to ball. Good save by Salievski. Another corner here for Oakleigh. It is now really, really dark here at George Andrews Reserve. The sun is setting. It is an overcast evening. Joe Knowles to take a corner. The match commissioner now talking to the Oakleigh bench. Chris Taylor giving his thoughts on the situation. You might be picking some of that up on our effects mic here on the Senol NPL Victoria YouTube channel. Chris Taylor is actually making the point that all the way back in round one there was a long delay. It was the home game against Preston. Well, we had a fairly long delay there. I wonder if he's keen just to let it take as long as it takes to get the power back up and play the second half out. It'd be certainly a great level of comfort going into the final rounds, already having top spots sewn up. Knowles. Salievski takes it. We're into stoppage time. The update we are getting is that we aren't going to be willing to extend half-time to try and get the power back up, so we might be in for a lengthy half-time break. But we have been without any power for probably all but 5, maybe 10 minutes of this fixture. 5:15 kickoff. I hope you're still getting a clear picture at home on the Senol NPL Victoria YouTube channel. But the official word that has come through from the match commissioner here is that we are willing to extend to half-time if necessary, and we are there now. So as it stands, 2-0 for Oakleigh. Adam Juratovic and Brody Boyce are your scorers. They only need a point to be crowned premiers. It won't even be official necessarily, but with goal difference, it will be enough to finish on top of the table this season in Senol NPL Victoria. The problem is we don't know if we're going to get power back. We are going to be relying on unofficial light in the second half. So let's just see what happens now. We are going to take our halftime break. We may be going a bit longer than usual to see if we get the power back. But as it stands, at halftime here at George Andrews Reserve, it is Dandenong Thunder 0, Oakleigh 2. Let's see if we come back for second half action. You'll know when the lights come. There's nothing in the canteen because they can't try anything either. Well, welcome back to George Andrews Reserve. And we are, as you can see, playing in the artificial lights in the second half after a long halftime break where we had a power outage early in the first half. It is Dandenong Thunder 0, Oakleigh Cannons 2, and after one of the most dramatic halftime periods that I've just about ever experienced in NPL Victoria, we are back underway. My name's Adam Sarikoglu here on the Senol NPL Victoria YouTube channel. So the official kickoff, it's normally a 7 p.m. kickoff here for Dandenong Thunder home games. It was brought forward to 5:15 today. So we did start in the daylight and the lights were on at kickoff. They went out only about 5 or 10 minutes into the fixture. And we played out the rest of the first half without just the first 45 minutes. Adam Juratovic and Brody Boyce, and I've got a story to tell about Brody Boyce in a moment, are your scorers in this game. There's been a keeping change for Dandenong Thunder as well, an innocuous injury for Luis Alvarez. I fear, and I don't want to speculate, it could have had something to do with it. A really funny injury that did result in him not being able to defend Adam Juratovic. First goal of this game, and then a tap in from a corner for a completely open net for Brody Boyce in the 40th minute was the second goal for Oakleigh, who are chasing the Premier's plate here tonight. Knowles has crossed in. Juratovic goes down. No goal in the end. What a dramatic day it's been in Senol NPL Victoria. A 5-point gap between Oakleigh and Hume City coming into this penultimate round of the season. Hume City were level very late at home to Caroline Springs George Cross. It was 2-2. Then a penalty put away by Chris Englehart in stoppage time handed Hume a 3-2 win, which means Oakleigh are not yet officially premiers. At least the draw here will be enough for them to claim their 5 seasons. 2021, the last time they were crowned premiers, Oakleigh. And it's the only time they have been crowned premiers in the stands. Have done enough, unless we get a miracle from this really young Dandenong Thunder team. So the first half, we barely got through the first 45 with enough daylight. The strong loses possession here. We did have, in the latter stages of the first half, the match commissioner speaking with both teams and the fourth official about contingencies and how we potentially were going to proceed. Here's Joe Guest. He will take a shot, which gets blocked pretty quickly. Booted away by Basassa. No halftime substitutions for Dandenong Thunder and Oakleigh. And the lights have only been on for about 10 or 15 minutes, so there was obviously, as you can imagine, a lot of confusion. No power in emergency lights, and that's about it. We'll see the run here for Giaccherini. It's gone over now. and guest, seeing if he could somehow get into whatever it is you need to get into. Just trying to get the power back up and running. No such luck there. And then finally we had a representative from the council show up at around, I want to say about 6:25, maybe 6:30, where it took about 10 minutes or so to finally flick the right switch and get the power back up and running. It was at that point where Yanni Zizis decided to allow the teams to have about a 10-minute warm-up and get this second half going. And so scoring, potentially winning it for Oakleigh in the first half, and then trying to save the game at halftime by getting the power back on. If you can believe that. You had players in full kit from both sides hovering around the change rooms, around the various power boards that may or may not have been the culprit. Players walking around the car park in full kit, the two coaches watching on. Absolute madness at George Andrews Reserve in what is the final home fixture in the top flight for the foreseeable future for Dandenong Thunder. Absolute craziness. Wants to move it on quickly. Offside flag caught Oakleigh out quite a lot in the first half. It has again here for Matt Miller on this occasion. But I'm glad you've stayed with us, and we're back now live on the Senol NPL Victoria YouTube channel for the final half in season 2026. Juradovic up against Almy here. And assistance provided plays in Joe Guest. It took a deflection immediately off Joe Guest's boot. It's going to fall safely for Basasa to clear out for Dandenong Thunder. Giacarini. The pressure being applied by Noah Alessi. So common sense prevailing in the end. Chris Taylor was certainly concerned because, of course, Oakleigh involved in another lengthy delay all the way back in round one against Preston. A game There was a game against Preston, wasn't it, really early in the season, that Oakleigh did lose. That fixture did get through to the end after that long delay. And so he was ultra keen to make. It's relatively. That have been especially a really bizarre. This young Thunder team starting up front tonight, Muhammad Al-Amari with his name out of the under-18 squad starting tonight up front. Make Oakleigh wait at least one more week to to round out the regular season. Dandy Thunder will be on the other side of town, away to St Albans Dynamo. Saw a lot of just blazing away in the first half, taking really low percentage chance. Faster. Team in Victoria at the top level. Miller can't keep his footing, but all over him was Tahiri. It will be a free kick for Oakleigh. Alan Kochari and Yusuf Abili will be the two players coming on for the Thunder. Miller, back for Djuradovic. They're looking for four here. Oakleigh decides not to shoot. There were two players coming forward, Knowles and Guest. Knowles not sure he realised that Joffrey was closing in behind quickly, but he's rescued the possession. Knowles haphazardly going forward. Basasa there to cut off for Dandenong Thunder. Giacarini. Park and into the darkness. Going to be so some invaluable experience now coming up for Yusuf Abili in the number 15 shirt. And Alan Kachari comes on as well. time to then Giacorini getting a start tonight for the first time. Plenty of appearances this year, but tonight he gets his first start. First player off is Matt Miller for Oakleigh. And the second player off. Well, the numbers were a bit skew if there. Matt Miller is off. The numbers on the fourth official board weren't making sense because it was 9 and 19. Labib, he's not out there at the moment. So Labib's not going to be replaced when he was never out there to begin with. We still wait for confirmation. There's no Oakleigh player coming over. Fourth official making the adjustment. It's going to be Joel Knowles. Don't know how you get 19 confused with 28. Let's add that to the list of weird things happening here at JVS Stadium tonight. Joe Knowles gets a goal in his hour's work. And we see Alex Salmon, his 11th appearance of the season coming on. And Jacob Tratt, who we haven't seen for a little while. He was subbed off after 34 minutes. Not much coming Maniac's way tonight at all. And we're always going to be up against Dandenong. You're deciding to this year in 2026. Giacorini playing in. A shot for Guest. Got a good piece of it. The side of the main club. get into those power boards. A long ranger. From Salievsky. Another corner coming up. Campbell strong. Tom Manos has had pretty much nothing. Alan Kachari subbed on earlier in this second half. Tried to make a run down the right wing. Left wing, I should say. And Kachari, the next player to come on. Looks like we have got the stream back up and running. So, in case we weren't going to air in the last couple of minutes, we have had a second power outage and the lights go out in the middle of play. This time we were in complete darkness. And after about 10 minutes of, again, mass confusion around George Andrews Reserve, the lights came back on. And Yanni Zizis restarted play. And again, Brody Boyce was called into action. Now, Sparky on site here, who's actually scored a goal in this game, believe it or not. He quickly jumped the fence to go back in behind the club rooms where the main power circuits are here at George Andrews Reserve, and soon enough the lights did come back on. So that gets us all up to date. We have a substitution for Dandenong Thunder. It's a double move, so we're going to see Sevdim Ismaili coming off. It's a double move. Nora Lessie is also off, so coming on, Arian Badramovsky and Arian Kachari. The two Arians both on now, coming on together for Dandenong Thunder. And so if we actually get through to the end of this game, Oakleigh if you're still with us, it may be the team that's about to be crowned premiers against a relegated team, but it's not been without its drama. Adam Djuradovic, Joe Knowles and Brody Boyce are your scorers here tonight. We don't have an operating scoreboard in the venue. You can see the time clock ticking away. But we are going to go well and truly past the 90 tonight because of the delays we've had. Giacarini played in and just missed by Guest on the line. Dandenong Thunder are going to clear out. They get away with it. Ball intended for Lat Maniak, but it's cut off. Salmon. No way through to Giacarini, who's been quite impressive in his first start for Oakleigh. Tratt, who came on with Alex Salmon at the same time, tried to feed it through. Eleventh appearance of the season tonight for Salmon. Jacob Tratt's back as well after he can only last a half hour back in round 23. Kicks along the ground and it's going to go in. Giacarini took the shot, but it deflected off Alex Salmon, I believe. I think the credit will go to Alex Salmon. 4-0. There's going to be a yellow card given to Lat Maniac. They believe that the flag should have gone up. That's twice now of the 4 goals where Dandenong Thunder have questioned whether or not the goal should have been allowed. Lat Maniac for